Here's a walk around video of the car. So I'm going to start with the bodywork. It's actually, for a 19-year-old car, extremely straight. You can't believe how young it still looks. And there's no major dings or damage. The worst part of the bodywork is just down here. So there's a little bit of rust coming through there that needs to be treated, and a little smart repair would sort that out, but it's not really that noticeable. Other than that, I'm quite fussy, but really this is extremely good bodywork for the age and mileage of this car. I'll try and show what I can on the photos, but if you look down the side, there's literally no parking dents or anything. There's a tiny bit where the paint's worn away there, where people have, I suppose, got in and out of the driver's door, which is common. But all the paintwork looks to be completely original. I don't think it's had any paintwork in its life. I think it's just been looked after and cared for, and that really shows. So just want to reiterate to you really that it's not a tired, knackered old TT. It's a really fresh example in spite of the mileage. So it is the 225 brake horsepower version with the Quattro system. The wheels aren't original. I've got an invoice for these wheels in 2011. They were bought for, I think, 550 quid. But yeah, we'll talk about those in a minute. But continuing on with the bodywork, really, there isn't any dings. You might come here and find one ding under close scrutiny, but it's just very, very good bodywork. Again, I should show you the roof line. And then moving round to the front of the car, there's actually normally a car this age, you'd expect to see the front really rashed up with stone chips and dents and so on in the bonnet. But again, I'll try and get it on the video. But it's really very good. There's a touch in just there, so it's just to the left of to the right hand side of the Audi badge, and then along the front it looks like, I don't know if it's been touched in, or I think that's I think there's a bit of rash around here, but it actually looks worse on the video, so take a step back and it disappears. But certainly nothing nasty, and I just like the originality of it. I like the fact that it's just a good unmolested car that's just nice and level. There's another picture of it, and also I don't know if it's a rare colour. It's denim blue. It's such a nice. It's a bit like Estoril blue, BMW colour sort of thing. This light's probably not the best, but it's a great. It really suits the car as well, the colour. So the wheels, they probably do need a bit of a refurb. The wheels, they clean up okay, but they're not perfect. You can see there's a little bit of curb rash on there. The front tyres have around, I'd say, 4 to 5 mil of tread, and they're nice and evenly worn. They're not excessively worn on the inner or outer edges, so the tracking's all fine. Plenty of meat on the brake pads. The discs aren't particularly lipped, so front discs and pads, wheels and tyres all good. And then the backs, it's just recently had the rear tyres replaced, so the rear tyres are excellent. Again, the rear discs and pads slightly more worn than the front, but not excessive. Absolutely fine. Certainly wasn't flagged up on an MOT or anything. Just a shot from the rear. And again, the wheels, like I say, they're a bit rashed. They could do with a refurbish to make them perfect, but they're not by any means knackered. They're not buckled or anything either. So there we go. So that's the bodywork. And then the interior, which I think is actually the best bit of the car, is this amazing blue, really 90s blue leather with Alcantara perforated centres on the seat, and it's in amazing condition as well, really. So I'll show you the back. Back seat strictly for small kids, I think, obviously. But when you flap them down, there's actually quite a bit of load space. So let's go around to the driver's side. So again, driver's seat. For the mileage, it's just worn really well. You always think of Alcantara as going sort of bobbly and tired looking, but this has held up really well. I think these cars were built extremely well when they came out. They were really well over engineered, and I think as the TT has sort of gone from the 8J and then obviously to the new generation, I really think they've cut costs. It's just little things like these end caps are actually machined aluminium. Like you just never get that now. You know, that would be a piece of plastic, but because it's aluminium, it's still in perfect condition, he says. Trying to screw it back on. And I just love the design. I love the way the window switches are hidden behind the handles and so on. So let's start her up. You can have a look at the dashboard. So you have got the usual problem with the display there. It's still legible. You can scroll through it. I just leave it on the miles remaining. The bulbs are all fine. The aircon works perfectly and it blows it ice cold, which is nice. Headlining, which is also lovely 90s blue, is in perfect condition. The interior just feels really fresh. I love these heated seat switches as well, which work. It's just such a nice piece of design with these LEDs. So I have got the original radio, but it's not fitted. The radio that's in it is a Blaupunkt. It's a bit of a cheap and cheerful radio, but it works fine. There's an aux input, so if you want to connect a phone to it, that's fine. So yeah, even the nets in the doors are all perfect, not baggy and hanging off like in so many TTs that you see. So in spite of the mileage, which is 134,641 at the moment, the condition's just amazing. And I will do a video of me driving it as well, so you can see what that's like. But the clutch, gearbox, steering, brakes, everything, it's just perfect. No problems with the turbo. The engine's nice and quiet. You can see it's got a steady idle. In fact, I'll pop the bonnet now so I'll show you the engine, and then I'll also show you in the boot. So let's have a look in the boot. Yeah, just to reiterate, all the electrics on this car are fine. Both windows are working perfectly. So in the boot you can see there's absolutely no signs of accident damage. The original option code stickers in there, and then under here is the full toolkit. It's even got the wheel bag, which I don't know. Do you ever see that? It's got to be rare to still have that, hasn't it? So here's the original stereo. So it's an Audi Concert. Apparently there's a fault with that, but I'm not sure what the fault is. I can fit it and find out, I suppose. So service history wise, we've got loads of service history. Again, going back to what I was saying about the quality of the Mk1 TT, even the manual has got proper aluminium on it as its binding there. So we've got all the manual service books and so on. If we look at service schedule, let's have a quick look. Have a quick look through here. Obviously it is the correct service book for this car, and it was first registered on the 28th of January 2000, so it's a really early TT. Seven owners. Let's have a look then. So, supplying dealer was Beechwood, Howes Owen. So the service intervals then. 28th of the 7th 2000 at 4,700, and then we've got 10,000, 18,000, 28,000, 32,000, 40,000. This is all still at Audi. 46,000, 51,000, 63, 67, 78, 86, 97. So it had a belt service. When did it have a belt service? Let's have a look. Okay, 97,000 miles it had a belt service, 2010. Water pump replaced, and it had an Howdex service for the four-wheel drive. Then 104, 106, 116 had another Howdex oil service. 127, 133. So the last service was December last year, and it was 2,000 miles ago, to give you an idea. And yeah, at the time, I think that's it for the what's in the service book, but I think that's plenty to be getting on with. And then in here, we'll look at the keys in a minute. Seven former keepers, and I'm not going to go through this, but there's loads and loads and loads of recent invoices. It's had a lot of suspension work, drop links, coil springs, two new top mounts last year on the front suspension, various other stuff that's in there, which I'm not going to go through, but if you view the car, I'll happily obviously go through that with you. And then there's another Audi book. It's got, again, the details of the buyer of the car originally and so on. What's this here? I think the original PDI's in here as well, the pre-delivery inspection. So there you go. So it's TT Quattro 225 horse. So it's not one that someone's messed around with. It's just a good original car. And then yeah, it's even got, if you look at the keys, it's got the original key code tag. So if you need to get a replacement key from the dealer, they'll need that. And then I think that might be a valet key or something. There's another valet key here, and then obviously a spare. So there's two. So the car has actually got 4 keys with it. There's two of these flip keys. The valet key, this little key, whatever this is, you tell me. If you know what it is in the comments, let me know. And that is pretty much it. So we'll just do one more walk around the car again. It's such a nice car. I can't believe what great value these are. It's got to be only a matter of time before they go up. They're so cool. 4-wheel drive, turbo, nice fruity turbo car, and good, solid on the road, comfortable. Oh, I've not shown you under the bonnet. Let's lift the bonnet up. So the engine bay's not been dressed, it's just as it is. Show you the colour of the oil. You can't really see that, but the oil's nice and golden, nice and clean. And then yeah, under the oil cap, it's not gunky or horrible. And you can see actually that it's not been wiped. It's just what it is. Coolant's all good. So no aftermarket air filters, no modifications. It's a totally standard car. So there we are. So I will follow this video up with a video of me driving the car and just sort of talking you through that. But hopefully this gives you a good overview. And if you have got any questions, you can write to me on the advert or you can give me a call. My name's Llewellyn and my number's 07712 426 170. So available for viewings in Leicestershire. But I can actually, if you wanted to just buy it and pay me over bank transfer, I can arrange to have it delivered to you on a trailer, or maybe I could drop it off and catch the train back, something like that. But yeah, there we go. Oh, and just to let you know, the MOT is, I think it's the last day of August is when it expires, so there's plenty of MOT on it. So there we go. Okay, thanks for watching.